Welcome, welcome, welcome. Here we are for a casual builder run, and I cannot get over this spawn. This is ridiculous. It shouldn't even be allowed. Two? Right. So I don't know. My original non-voiceover was so incredulous that I didn't even know what to do with this spawn. Like, this was literally my casual builder run, like the easiest settings that you can possibly get without going into custom and radically changing things around, and get mobbed by two before I could even get the pop-ups knocked down. So yeah, this is gonna be a fun one, guys. It's gonna be a fun one. But yeah, we get these two stomped out. Gonna go ahead and clear out the initial areas. We do get a little bit of loot here, which is kind of nice. We get a leather coat and I think some work boots. I can't recall. The other one had something on them too. But yeah, really. Oh no, it was the watch. That's right. Really weird spawn. Like, I think in 41 you could occasionally, very occasionally, spawn in the birthday hat house. But gosh, that just threw me for a loop. Oh boy, I was not prepared for that. I started hearing the growling and I'm like, wait, what? And click, 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 click. Holy crap. So yeah, and then there's another dead body there. So I know that there was initially some issues where the what's the word I'm looking for? The basements were spawning in a little differently. There were occasionally Zeds in the new basements, but yeah, very weird, very weird. I've discovered a couple of secrets in Rosewood too since 42's come out that I didn't realize were there. Did you guys know there's a bowling alley underneath the buffet on Main Street? Kind of interesting. Basement bowling alley. I was not aware that was there. And what else has a basement now that I did not realize that has a basement every single time? Well, the gas station to the north of town always has a basement now, and it's an extensive one. It's pretty nice. But then the elementary school has a basement now too, which is crazy. And the police station has a second floor, which it never used to have. So yeah, they did some additions to Rosewood in 42 that I never really noticed because I've been so busy running around in the new areas and exploring Ekron and Brandenburg and Irvington and all the different rural areas and changes that we've made. So yeah, pretty interesting that they snuck some changes into the old Rosewood there. So I thought that was kind of rad. But yeah, anyway, the plan is to just go as long as I can. I want to see what I can build. I don't usually do the mechanics and the carpentry and the metalworking and the electrical and all that. So this is going to be my opportunity to try some new things. So started out with a little bit of points. Started out with no, I didn't custom. I just went with a straight builder mode. So we had the starter kit and multi-hits enabled for it, which is cool. I didn't even know what the settings enabled. I've always either done Apocalypse or Custom. When I was first getting into Zomboid, I watched quite a few videos before I even tried to play it. And everyone recommended just doing a custom map, changing the settings that you want to change. New player, all the typical new player tips. So didn't ever get around to trying builder mode. And it's actually kind of fun. It's kind of fun. I think the plan is going to be to clear out a couple of areas in the small parts of town, and then as soon as I can find a vehicle to go ahead and head up to the gas station to the north of town. I want to turn it into a armed camp is the plan. So big old survival community. I want to put some farmland on top of the restrooms next door. I want to build a bridge from the second floor of that onto that. I want to build a staircase up to the roof to build a platform for rain collection up there. I want to. I don't know how I want to build a garage onto the back, but I definitely want to add a garage onto the back somehow. So yeah, that's going to be my plan. And I found a generator right off the bat here, but all the windows and doors are locked, and I don't have any rags yet. I haven't ripped up any of my clothing yet, so I'm going to go ahead and just kind of mentally mark this one off for later. We'll come back for this one. So definitely going to get ahead of the power of the water going out this time around. My last 100-day run, I was not prepared for the electricity and the water going out. So we were a little further along, cleared out several of the houses to the southeast of town, and decided, you know what, we're going to go ahead and see if I can get a generator mag right off the bat. Because if I can't get a generator mag here, then I'm going to have to go ahead and attack the bookstore on Main Street, because otherwise Otherwise, it's tough. Otherwise, it's real tough. I think what your electrical's got to be a what, 5 or a 3 to do it without. So it's basically find a generator mag or start collecting digital watches and hope that you can get your electrical up real quick. So we'll kind of see how that goes. Very shocking that there's not a crowd in here. Now, those are both good. Mechanics 1, that'll set me up. Masonry 2, I think I'm going to go ahead and take it also, because I would. Building brick walls and stuff down the road actually sounds pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. A lot of paperbacks, a lot of crap that I'm not going to use except in the long term. Like short-term stuff, sure. Or, you know, stuff that might be useful in the long run, but right now I don't need any, Oh, look at that. Right off the bat. Right off the bat. That's pretty awesome. Okay, so cool. Got that red, got that done. Might as well just go ahead and dump it back on the shelf if I'm being honest, but I think I'll hang on to it for now. All right, let's see. Anything else interesting here? No? Okay, well, we got a couple of level 1s and a level 2, and we got the generator book. So I think, honestly, that's probably pretty damn good for what we're going with here. Probably pretty damn good. But yeah, shocking that there's not a dozen or more in here. Usually when I come into the school, there's at least a dozen. Now, they may all be conglomerated out in the parking lot. You never know. A lot of times we get that, but I'm gonna find out the hard way. I'm gonna find out the hard way. I did make a mean pasta with meat sauce and marinara, so got some good calories that take care of my happiness and my thirst and my hunger. So pretty nice, pretty good stuff. Go ahead and clear some Zeds out. We haven't done any community cleanup yet this video, so we'll go ahead and make sure you guys know that we're clearing things out as well. My kill count's not going to get particularly high, one, because I'm pretty sure the zombie count in builder mode is lower than in other modes. But I know their hit points are lower too, because they are not taking nearly as many whacks with the old whack and stick. So yeah, go ahead and kind of head back to my wheelhouse, which is the 2-story neighborhood, see if we can... No, you know what? You know what? I've got Fast Learner equipped. Why don't we go ahead and go in here and just deal with that little crowd? That wasn't that many of them. Their hit points are lower than usual anyway. Let's just go ahead and clear them out. I don't want them sneaking up on me later. And there might be a vehicle I can use here in this parking lot. You never know. You never know. Now this is my classic stupid move where I'm like, I'm not sneaking up on them fast enough. I should draw them to me. That's the play. Draw them to me. So yeah, this builder run is actually going pretty well. I'm still playing it. He's getting his carpentry and his mechanics and his electrical skills not what I would call high, but built up there. He's getting built up there. And his long blunt's not bad either. His long blunt's not bad either. Now that was a little bit of a scare there. I thought for sure I was going to get at least a scratch, but doesn't look like it. Looks like we're still in the clear. I love using them to manage themselves. So went ahead and fast forwarded through some stuff, made our way to the side of town, and what we're doing here is stealing a little bit of fuel because I found a vehicle. Found myself a pretty sweet vehicle, but it doesn't have any gas. I'm gonna go ahead and peek over here at this wreck and see if I can top off the can with anything from either of these, but it doesn't look like it. I don't think either of them actually have any fuel in them. Nope. Is it worth seeing if we got anything in there to take? I may as well link them together. Make it a little tow session if somebody else gets in there, like it was a multiplayer game fucking with people. It's not a multiplayer game. I'm not effing with people. But now that I have a vehicle, I can start thinking about my actual plan, which is that gas station north of town. And again, the plan is to actually be prepared with some generators, 2, one for the building itself, one for the gas tanks, or the gas pumps, and get 4 or 5 cans filled up so that they're stacked and ready so that we can just kind of keep rotating at all times. And then the plan is to turn that back area into a big old garage. I want to work on 2, 3, 4, 5 cars at a time. I want to chop that entire forest between the gas station and the highways, clear that entirely out, turn that all into planks and logs and shit. But real quick before I do that, I think I should maybe check something else out here real fast. I feel like I might have missed something. It's not that I missed something so much, it's that I'm thirsty. I am super freaking thirsty. You gotta be careful. You don't want to fill your gas can up with water. That is a mistake. 'Cause then you gotta dump it all out. And then what little gas was in there becomes utterly wasted. And that's a shame. You don't want to do that either. I'm just putting up with this alarm because I've already killed a majority of this this neighborhood, so I'm not super worried about what's coming. But I also know I'm just jumping in my car. So the minute we're out of here, we're out of here. Like, I'm not even bothering swapping my weapon out because it just doesn't really matter that much. See, look. Nothing. Did a real thorough job clearing this neighborhood out. I do love that the mini-maps here. I was initially a little weird about it. I was like, I don't like it. But yeah, I'm definitely using the mini-map pretty regularly now. Keeping my eye on it, knowing the different colors of the the buildings that you're going up to, so that you can kind of keep an eye on what's going on. Now this thing is just not wanting to steer very good, and it's not wanting to accelerate very good. And I think I figured out why. At least one of, well, all the brakes are shot, but at least one of the tires only has like 10 pounds of pressure. So that's a huge problem, and all 4 tires are like 20%. So I'm going to try and get this van real quick, and it's a little bit of a risky move because there's some coming up on me. But if all else fails, we can just jog over to the gas station because I'm really... The crowds have not been anything that I've needed to be concerned about so far, so I don't think the gas station's going to be bad either, and it is not. Looks like there are two solo defenders just chilling out in here. So I might be able to just do a nice little sweep job here, do a thorough peek at this old gas station, get myself set up for the long term. So I really like this builder run. Like, sometimes you need a reset from what you've been doing. I've been doing a lot of like trying to stay alive as long as I can, trying to challenge myself a little bit, trying to go to Louisville, trying to go to this new town or that new town, and always doing apocalypse mode, or at least doing custom with very few perks for myself. I felt like this was kind of a quality of life boost. Just kind of, ooh, I like that door's locked. So once I can get in, that one will just kind of stay locked. I won't worry about that. Well, the question is, are either of these doors in the back going to be locked, or is there going to be a crowd? Shockingly, no crowd. Okay, now this might be a problem, actually. Trying to get in here is, yep, gonna have to break a window. Well, that's okay. Oh, shoot, I had wanted to do planting on that second floor. I guess that's not going to be a flat roof. I thought that the restroom building had a flat roof. Well, I can always put farmland kind of behind that area there. I think this area here is where I want to, like, garage off. And build a wall out from, like, perpendicular to that back door there, so that I have a big slot that I can pull a big, like, work fan into. Maybe put a gate on it. Not sure yet. Arbitrarily choose a window. I do have gloves. They're fingerless, but it seems like the fingerless gloves still stop you from getting cut, so that's kind of nice. I'm not going to worry about looting it yet. I don't feel like there's really any compelling reason to loot it. Now, this gas station always has this basement now, which is kind of rad. If you block things off in a good way, this becomes a very, very usable basement. I think the plan's going to be to empty it out initially and take everything upstairs so that I can keep things sorted. But I think long term, I want to turn this into my crafting area, like get my bellows down here, get my anvil and metal saw and like all that crap down here, and see how that treats me. So get like a blacksmithing and leatherworking and all that crap going on down here. So yeah, see, I already got some of the gear. I already got some of the equipment to do this. So yeah, I think this will make a good, I think this basement will be good for that long term. Like my kiln, do some pottery stuff and things like that down here maybe. I don't know if putting the old stove in the basement heats the entire building. I'm not sure how that works. I'm not sure how the old stoves work. I don't know if they heat the entire building or if they just heat the floor or just the room, or I'm not going to pretend that I understand that. So we'll have to look into that as time goes on. But then there's a sweet little upstairs apartment that's just perfect for a single player. You can build some shelving in here. You can add some stuff. You can put a bunch of crates up here. You know, like, really, I really genuinely like this gas station as a base in Rosewood. I think it's a lot of fun. Pretty hard to use as a super long-term one, although you could turn all of it into farmland and just have enough rain collection that, you know, it becomes a moot. A fair amount of food stacked up in here, too, so that's kind of nice. So yeah, we'll do a little bit of quality of life, inventory sorting here. But yeah, the long-term plans are going to be work on mechanics, work on carpentry, work on electrical, and then start thinking about like pottery and masonry. The idea of doing brick walls and stuff is kind of cool to me. I've never done that yet. So I've never done any metal crafting. I haven't gotten into any of the armor making or anything like that. Hell, I rarely even did any tailoring in the base game back in 41. So yeah, here we are, cleared out, ready to do a little exploring, little initial take on the area. We're gonna go ahead and kind of organize this area back here, see what we got. I didn't check this out, which is surprising. I should have not slept overnight upstairs without checking this out. The only reason I left this cut in here is I wanted to put all these boxes on the back row, but then when I was trying to get rid of the cursor, I smashed one of the boxes. Because, you know, not recoverable. So anyway, went from 6 to 4, moved from 6 to 5 real quick. Found myself a state trooper hat that I really, really like, and something about it just feels that the long black leather coat and the trench coat just feels like a good motif for Corey Schumacher to have here in the post-apocalypse. That's the first time I've seen his name. So here we are, just loading up our maintenance area. So we're going to eventually check on things. I want to say this is like day 6 or 7 for this character. He's been around for a little while. And I take another stretch. I think it's either day 6 or 16. I'm not sure. Not sure with this guy yet. We'll find out here in a minute, because I do check. I just can't recall exactly when I check. There's my sweet black van. Sweet black van. So what we're doing now is a crazy, crazy hunt for a sledgehammer. I got mad. And learned the hard way when you're watching yourself move on the real-time map that you can crash. So I did not know the map was real-time. I thought that was interesting. Yeah, I go on a sledgehammer hunt, and it doesn't particularly go well. All over the map, and I mean all over the map. Like, we do some freaking exploring. Like, I'm shocked at how much exploring I do, actually, if I'm being honest. So yeah, here we are at day 17, almost day 18. So this guy is actually stuck around. You'll see a bunch of destruction down on the bottom right of the screen there. I have done some tree chopping. I have done some work. Carpentry's almost to a level 5. Cooking's pushing into the level 4 range. My mechanics is getting up into the second story, the second rank. So yeah, I've been changing a bunch of light bulbs, changing a bunch of radios, changing a bunch of tires, and chopping down trees and sawing down planks. Now you will see I got myself a old stove. I got myself an ice box. Got myself a little water dispenser. Going to do a little tour, check things out. I like what I've done with the place, if I'm being honest. Moved the cash register upstairs because I just like the way it looks. Dragged the radio upstairs just for a little bit more entertainment. And then I did what I think is a pretty cool thing here. I blocked off these windows and I built a wall here to separate the livable section from the non-livable section. And I think my new plan is to knock those walls out in the bottom right of the building, the main building, clear out all of those shelving inside, and turn that entire main building into like a 3-car garage. I think I can pull it off. I've got so much shit here. So here's my sledgehammer. Here's my sledgehammer run. I started here and did a pretty damn thorough job at clearing rosewood, I think. And I could not figure it out. So I went to these warehouses to the southeast of town thinking maybe there will be a sledge in some of these warehouses, but they are all just rotten produce on day 18. Tons and tons and tons of rotten produce. So then I decided I'm going to cut down and I'm going to go to those classic warehouses in Muldraugh. And guess what? None of those houses in Muldraugh had anything. So if you guys like this sort of content, I appreciate you coming by. I think this is super cool. I'm having an absolute blast. Come see me again. Casual builder mode. Like and sub if you're into that sort of thing. I would super appreciate it. Thanks for coming. Take care. I appreciate all of you.